Varlaam Monastery and Cathedral of All Saints. The monastery is located, as you see, left upper corner on the way to Grand Meteora Monastery. Yeah? So it's how it looks. So it's located on the separate big rock. Not so big monastery, and you see on this video it's maybe 1 kilometer before Grand Meteora Monastery, when the road is divided. But be ready that in this season there are a lot of cars, and parking area near both monasteries, Grand Meteora and Varlaam, is very small. Yes, this is the good picture which you can make on the way to Varlaam Monastery. So in the summer, especially in July, there is often traffic jam, like on this video which I did in July. So you must park your car maybe 1.5, maybe 2 kilometers before both monasteries, because don't try to go further, because once I tried and I turned around during 30 minutes, because no way, just no way, a lot of cars, buses, passengers, pedestrians and so on. So to come to monastery you need to move through this bridge to cross, yes, and you see a lot of caves. I think before monks lived there. My idea, there is cable car. I think they deliver some goods to the monastery. And this is the way itself, stairs themselves to the top of the rock. From this side you can make a good picture of Rusana Monastery. Yeah, you see this is Rusana Monastery. It's located a little bit lower. And this is panoramic deck or observation deck. Usually there are a lot of tourists and you can walk around this area and to make a lot of photos and videos, of course. The only bad thing that this is the area of monastery, the holy place, and to regret many tourists behaved like this is not church, like just usual touristic object. They shouted, they, for example, do a lot of other bad things, so sometimes it irritates. Yeah, to regret, but we have what we have, as we say. By the way, some information from history. It's believed that monastery got its name from the name of monk Varlaam, the first settler who climbed the rock in the first half of the 14th century and built a small temple dedicated to the three three saints. I don't know. It's also known that the monk Varlaam was a contemporary of Saint Nectarios of Meteora, who founded the monastery of Meteora. Inside, by the way, inside the monastery there is a small museum which is dedicated to this monastery, to the history of this monastery. However, the real founders of monastery are the brothers Nectarios, something like this, Nectarios and Theophan, who settled the Meteora in 1510. On the rock of Varlaam, where the ruins of the skit still remained, Nectarios and Theophan, with the help of two other monks, began the restoration of the monastery. And when another monks joined them, they built the Cathedral of All Saints in 1541. In the middle of 16th century, brothers died and they were buried under the southeast nave. They hold a copy of the temple over their tombstones. But however, even after their death, after the death of Fountain's brother, the monastery didn't fall. And this is the Cathedral of All Saints itself. The cathedral, as you note, as you see, the cathedral is painted with wall frescoes of high skill, which experts divide into two periods: middle of 16th century and beginning of 17th century. By the way, I want tourists, yes, it's summer, but don't please put on trousers or pants with long sleeves, because this is a church monastery. Generally, there are some special clothes which you can use and near the entrance. A lot of clothes which you can use to cover your legs. But you know, every day maybe hundreds of tourists use these clothes, so I don't recommend you. So you should use yours trousers with long sleeves. Because this is a hygienic question of matter of hygienic. So, by the way, in the picture you see, this is some devil, black one. Look to his face. I think it resembles one well-known modern politic. I won't say his name, but I think you guessed. And I think I'm the first man who found the face of modern devil inside the Varlaam monastery at Meteora, totally. In some cathedral in Rome, there is also a face of this current modern politic, but in Meteora there is too. Anyway, welcome to Varlaam Monastery, Meteora.